Hey guys, what's going on? Steve Hansen here. Today we're going to do a pretty fun little tutorial about the pen tool. It has become one of my favorite tools as of late. I will admit I was awfully afraid of the pen tool there for a long time. I didn't understand it and I was too stubborn to figure it out. But just recently I decided to play around with it and I'm glad I did. So we're going to go ahead and launch Photoshop here. You can see I got a picture of a little Hot Wheels truck. This is my truck. It sits on my desk. This is a picture of my desk. That's my 360 cam, my Samsung 360 cam in the background. Anyways, the pen tool, if you're afraid of it, stop being afraid of it, because I'm going to teach you how to use the pen tool and how to this is, we'll call this beginner's class on the pen tool. So this is just, basics, pen tool basics. So what we're going to want to do first is go ahead and select the pen tool. Obviously, that's going to be our first step. A couple of things about the pen tool that's different from, say, the lasso tool or the polygonal lasso tool or the magnetic lasso tool is a couple of highlights here. Is you can actually zoom in. If you got the lasso tool going and once you click, you're done. You cannot zoom in now unless there's a shortcut that I can't figure out. But my scroll button on my mouse that I love to use to be able to zoom in and zoom out of my pictures, I'm done. I can't zoom in. If you make a mistake, you can't go back. You can't Control Z it and go back. So you pretty much have to start over again. If you double click too fast, every time that happens if you double click too fast, and that is that's unfortunate. But with the pen tool, you can make a selection here like this, and then zoom in, and then you can adjust each one of these points by holding down Control or Command if you're on a Mac. But we're going to get into that here a little bit. Plus, if you accidentally put one up there, well, you can always just bring it down, or you can just Control Z, Control Alt Z to go back again, and you can make your adjustments amazingly fine-tuned. And this is one of the amazing things about the pen tool that I love, and it was really confusing when I first tried to use it. But I'm going to teach you guys, so have no fear. By the time you get done watching this video, I'm going to make it quick, make it short, make it to the point, direct. You guys will have a better understanding of the pen tool and how to use it, and you'll be able to go out there and just cut out anything you want from your photos. So let's get started. So we got the pen tool selected. We want to cut out this truck, and we want to cut out the reflection in the background, and we'll make it look something like this when we're done. So we want to get started. So you can start anywhere. If you want the picture to follow along with me, if you don't want to cut out your own, I'm going to leave a link to my new Facebook account in the description below, and I will post this picture on the page, and you can go ahead and steal it from there. Right click, copy, screenshot it, however you want it. I'm not real sure how else to get it to you without signing up for one of those download accounts, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. So if you got the picture, let's get started. So we're gonna get started somewhere right around, it really doesn't matter, but let's go for the roof here. We'll get started with the roof. So we're gonna make a selection here. Just click there. Now you can just click as many times as you want if you don't want to have to bend the tool, which I'm going to show you how to use the bender. Is that what it's called, the bender? We're going to call it the bender. You know, if you're a Futurama fan, the robot bender. So you can just click along here and further. You can make them further out if you want. Oh, that's not too far. So hit Control Z, go back. We can zoom in. This is what's amazing about this tool is just the precision you get. What is this? Go away. The precision you get here is insane. So we're going to keep clicking. Now see how we start this curvature here in the roof line of this truck. We can, instead of just clicky, we can just click way over here, hold down the left mouse button while you do this, and you start dragging these points out here. And now you just start maneuvering and just figuring out which way this needs to go until you got that just about right. So let's put it about, let's say that looks pretty good to me. Now here's where I used to get really messed up with the pen tool is I didn't know what to do next. I would just click here and look at this. What is this? What is this crazy circle, this half moon circle is done over here? That is not anything what I wanted. Well, that's why I used to get really frustrated with the pen tool until I recently figured out what to do. And I'm going to show you guys right now in case that was a problem you were having as well. So if you hold down Control or Command, you grab your furthest point. So your leading point, I'm going to call it the leading point, which is this point right here. We're going to grab this point with Control, hold down Control or Command, and we're going to bring this back in. Now, you want to do it very carefully. Try to keep your curvature here. Now, with that point as close back in as possible, now we can click again and get our line back. See? Just simple as that. And then we can just keep going here. Clickety, 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 click, 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 click. Okay, that's enough clicking. Okay, so now another cool thing about the pen tool. If you want to, let's say we want to get rid of this line, besides Control Zing it, we have another way of getting rid of it. We can go back to our pen tool over here, our selection, hold down, and go to delete anchor point. So we can delete any anchor point we want here. See that? Or we can add an anchor point. If we need to add, say we want to put an anchor point here, give it a little more detail. Well, we got too many there. So anyways, you can add these points anywhere you want, and you can subtract these points anytime you want to get rid of them. So it's just, there's just so much you can do with this tool. So, and if you happen to click off the line to get back, you can Control Alt Z a couple of times, and we get back in there. There's a way to do it, and we'll put that in the advanced, or the intermediate course. So I'm going to continue to cut this truck out. So if you have the truck, oops, see, we went too far off there. We're going to bring it back. We're going to use, anytime you want to adjust one of these points, just hold Control or Command, and now you can move them all over. You can stretch them out, and you can put them wherever you want at this point. So that's the amazing thing about the pen tool, is it gives you so much precision on what you're cutting out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this out, and I'll be right back when we're done. Okay, we just got a couple more clicks here, and we're going to be finished. So let's just go ahead and round the corner here. Click finish. All right. Now, here's the other thing I used to get confused about. It's like, okay, now I got this beautiful blue line that's surrounding everything that I want to cut out, and now what do? There's all these options. I'm like, okay, freeform, transform. I didn't know what to do. I was looking for the right-click, make layer, cut, copy layer, whatever. But what you need to do is go ahead and hit make selection. Once you got it all ready, make selection. That's going to pop up this little box. We're going to make a new selection, and we're going to feather it about the half a pixel. I have it set up for half a pixel. You can go a little more, a little less if you want, but we're going to feather the radius about a half a pixel. Hit OK. You can probably hear my dog barking. He does that a lot. He's a pretty big dog. Okay, now that we got our selection made, we can right-click just like we normally would. Layer via cut, layer via copy. So we'll go ahead and just copy this. Doesn't matter. And there you have it. We have our nice detailed selection. Now we're going to want to get rid of everything in the middle here. So we'll go ahead and grab our pen tool again, and we'll just quickly cut this out. Again, you're going to want to hold down Control or Command, get rid of your front. Just like that. Now you can always use the back one to adjust. There we go. Click here again. Get rid of the front point. Okay, the dog's not going to stop barking. I apologize for my dog. I'm the only one home. I'm the only one that lives here besides him. So I'm making a video right now. I cannot go out there and yell at him to stop barking. So hopefully he'll quit on his own. So you can do a little more detailed selection than this. I'm just doing this for the tutorial here. I'm going to click up here. Oops. Hold down Control. So if you just basically keep your a lot of notifications for some reason. Facebook always trying to send me notifications. I just basically keep my finger right there on Control. I use my scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom in, so you can reach over with your thumb. If you didn't know, the shortcut to move this around is just hold down spacebar. You get that little hand, and you can just drag and click wherever you need it to go. Then go right back into selecting. And we're about finished here. Just connect that. Okay, so right click, make selection. We're going to feather that. And we're going to hit cut because we don't want that. And we'll just go ahead and delete it. And there you have it. There you have it. Now to do the background like I did here, that's just a couple of different layers. You can do one big layer. You can just fill the background with a new layer. Drag it underneath and do your black. And we'll hit our fill tool. You can also hit Alt and backspace with fill it also. So now we got all black, but if you want to give it a little bit more definition, we could take our rectangular marquee tool and just pull down what you're looking for. We're going to be right behind, probably try to split the tires We can adjust it later. So now we're going to find our gray color that we're looking for. We'll go a little lighter. Looks good. We'll hit Alt and back, and that should fill in that box. Control D, and that's going to go ahead and deselect it. And there you go. Now, if you want to go ahead and give it the cool little glow on the outside, we're going to have to split the layer in half first, or you're going to give it the same glow. So let's go ahead and show you what it looks like if we give it the same glow. And we're just going to, so if you don't know how to get there, you're going to right-click on the layer. You're going to go to blending options, or you could just double-click the layer, which would also bring you to the blending options. We're going to click outer glow, and there you go. So we got a nice glow going. And this is where you can change colors. You can see it's glowing differently against the gray than it is the black, which is okay if you like that style. But if you didn't want to do that, we can hit cancel, and we'll make sure your layer is selected. Grab your marquee tool again, and let's try to follow that black and white dividing line there. We'll select just the top, right-click, layer via cut. Now we got two different layers. So now we can give each one of these its own blending options. So we'll hit the outer glow on this, and we'll select that. Looks good. And we'll go to this one as well. Double-click. And we'll give it the outer glow. Now you're going to see we're going to have some overlay in here. So one of the easiest ways to be able to fix this is go ahead and see little effects right here. I'll try to zoom in here on the effects. So go ahead and right click that effects, and you can go to create layer. And what that's going to do is create a layer out of that effect. So now you can alter that, and I'll do it for the top one as well. Go ahead, create layer. So now we can grab our eraser tool, come on in here, and we can start erasing just where we don't want that other layer. Just where we don't want that to touch. See, just like that. We'll come over here and do the same thing. Click on the other one and get rid of this line. Go back here and get rid of this line as well. Well, there you have it. Now you can change the colors by going to Image, Adjust. We'll go to Hue and Saturation, and now we can make one a completely different color. We'll make that one green. That looks good. Okay, well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on the pen tool. I don't want you to be afraid of it. I want you to practice with the pen tool. And maybe we'll do another advanced feature on the pen tool a little later. But this should give you a pretty good head start on how to use it, not to be afraid of it. If you got any questions, leave them down below. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that little notification so you don't miss my next video. Like the button if that's something that you would be willing to do, and share the video if you want. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.